Silent Hill has always loved to mess with your head, but this time it's messing with its own rules. The fog isn't rolling into Maine, it's swallowing a small Japanese town in the 1960s, where beauty and rot are the same face. The new game is Silent Hill F, and it promises a sharper focus on melee survival, story choices with teeth, and a visual style that makes flowers feel like knives. If Konami lands this, it could be the series' boldest reset in years. I am Jake, and this is nerdsection.com. Here's the quick context. It's been a long road for Silent Hill. After the classic run on PS2, the series cooled off, with the last fully new mainline entry all the way back in 2012. Even with the recent remake bringing Silent Hill 2 to modern hardware, what fans really wanted was a fresh story that gets back to psychological dread, heavy symbolism, and that lonely, suffocating fog. Silent Hill's identity has always been personal horror first, gore second, radios hissing before something you can't see, otherworld shifts turning decaying spaces into hostile minds, monsters that feel like confessions in flesh. That foundation is why F matters. It isn't just another trip to the same haunted streets, it's a chance to redefine the why behind the scares for a new place, a new era, and a new protagonist. Up next, the part that should get every survival horror fan's attention, what Silent Hill F actually is and how it plays. Check out our other channels too. Currently, we have a giveaway running at Tabletops. Silent Hill F is a standalone spin-off you can jump into without homework, set in 1960s Japan in the fictional town of Ebisugaoka. You play as Hinako, a student picking through a fog-drowned home as it buckles between reality and nightmare. Konami's pitch is simple and sharp: find the beauty in terror. That's the creative North Star, and it shows in the floral horror visuals, where blossoms creep like infections and elegance curdles into dread. The scenario is written by Ryukishi07, the mind behind Higurashi and Umineko, which means you should expect layered mysteries, pressure cooker paranoia, and characters pushed to choices that scar. The soundtrack brings back Akira Yamaoka alongside Kensuke Neige to lean into that uncanny contrast of calm and panic. If you remember how the old games used music to make an empty hallway feel like a threat, that's the vibe they're aiming to evolve here. Mechanically, F leans more tactile than the classic handgun and run. Konami has been explicit. Encounters have a heavier focus on melee, with improvised weapons and spacing choices doing a lot of the survival work. It isn't trying to be a Souls-like, but you should anticipate timing, stamina, and positioning mattering more than in older entries. The goal is tension you feel in your hands, not just your head. The puzzles are designed to tie directly to the story and to cultural motifs of the period. Expect symbolism that explores social pressure, shame, and identity, not just key hunts. And yes, the content aims to push buttons. The official materials warn about depictions of bullying, abuse, and other heavy themes, clearly signaling that the horror isn't only supernatural, it's human, historical, and intimate. Visually, the art direction by Kira moves away from the rusted industrial look the series made famous, and into something more deceptively delicate. Think saturated color, paper talismans, and fields that look like paintings until they suddenly breathe. Unreal Engine 5 under the hood means those fine textures and lighting tricks can carry the mood without drowning it in noise. On console, there's even an enhanced graphics mode for PS5 Pro aimed at steadier performance while keeping fidelity, so you don't have to choose between atmosphere and smoothness. If this breakdown helps you decide what to play next, consider subscribing so you catch our other previews to upcoming games. Let's talk expectations, because Silent Hill fans are particular in the best way. First concern, is moving to Japan a gimmick? Based on what we've seen and the creative team they assembled, the shift looks thematic, not cosmetic. The series leadership has said they wanted to restore a distinctly Japanese lens to the horror, then rebuild the town around that perspective. If you loved Silent Hill for its cultural mix of Western settings with Eastern psychology, F is the pendulum swinging back, not away. Second concern, action creep. The melee emphasis raises eyebrows, but action isn't automatically anti-Silent Hill. What breaks the tone is power fantasy, what preserves it is vulnerability. If melee here is breath management under stress, not button mash dominance, that's still survival horror. The devs have already pushed back on Souls-like comparisons, and the previews frame combat as desperate and deliberate, not flashy. Third concern, lore ties. Because F is a standalone story, returning fans want to know if it counts. The team has said there are Easter eggs and connective tissue without gatekeeping newcomers. That's the right move. Silent Hill has never been about a single canon map as much as a spiritual grammar. Guilt, repression, truth peeling in layers. If F speaks that language while telling a fresh story, it belongs. Fourth concern, is it going to pull its punches? The content advisory suggests the opposite. When a studio puts themes like discrimination and bullying on the page, they are telling you the horror comes from systems and people as much as monsters. That's the DNA of Silent Hill, just refracted through a different time and place. The release date is September 25th, 2025 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S and PC. There's also a deluxe edition that grants 48 hours of early access, kicking off on September 23rd. If you're sensitive to spoilers, that window matters, because hands-on impressions and streams will light up fast. Pricing follows modern big release norms. The standard edition at the usual $70 range on PC and console storefronts, with the deluxe adding a digital art book, a mini soundtrack, cosmetics like the white sailor uniform and pink rabbit costume, and that early access period. If you're platform flexible, your decision is really about when you want in and whether the extras match your style. Gameplay content itself is the same. One more practical note if you're planning a day one run. Expect a rolling midnight console launch by region and standard PC unlock behavior, so watch your local store page for the exact time. And keep an eye on preload announcements so you're not stuck downloading when you want to be exploring. Here's where I land. Silent Hill F looks like a genuine pivot with purpose. The new setting isn't a novelty, it's a thematic match. The melee focus could refresh the fear loop if it preserves vulnerability. And putting Ryukishi 07 and Yamaoka on the same project signals that Konami understands the series' soul is psychological, not purely mechanical. If you've ever loved Silent Hill for the way it lingers in your head after the credits, F is the one to watch. Drop your take in the comments and tell us what to test first when the fog rolls in. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out our video about the crazy stuff Nintendo is doing. See you next time here on Nerd Section.